Kuita nikavumilia mablisters, nikikumbuka kiboko ya teacher, mimi sana pride yangu bita. Najutia, kuna vile ilikuwa noma. Najutia, kuna vile ilikuwa noma. Najutia, kuna vile ili Blessings knocking. It's a new down. Kicking off the show with Najutia by Adogo featuring Amayusana. A very good song considering what we're going to talk about today. Hey yo, and good morning again from RTV. It is your boy Amuna, and this is the sign-in show. Remember, every day we meet here to motivate, support, encourage, and not to forget, celebrate each other as we go about our different endeavors. Today I have a statement, and I want you guys to either prove me wrong or not. And my statement is, not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur to be successful. Yes, I said it. Not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur to be successful. There are so many ways of being successful, and entrepreneurship is just one. But not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur to be successful. Yes. A few days ago, you know, I usually come here to tell you guys my stories. A few days ago, a friend of mine quit their job. It's not a friend. I won't snitch on my friend. It's a distant friend. They quit their job to start a business. They are very young. He or she is very young, and I think her career was just blooming. Like, she hustled to get that job. And then I felt so sad that she quit a very promising career to start something that she hasn't started yet. I think it was a very misinformed decision. And why I know that is because he or she was regretting the decision later. They felt overwhelmed with their job, and so they thought it was easier to just quit the job and start a business. It is never that easy. So not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur to be successful.
Sleeping pills.
Gone are the days, give a damn about anything. Tell me what you think about it. Some of you people, some of us are very good employees. Some of us are very hardworking as employees. Some of us don't even have the creativity to be entrepreneurs. You know, to be entrepreneur, there are skills, not even skills. There are qualities that you need to have. You need to be a very high risk taker. There are people who are comfortable with a job. They are not risk takers. So unless you are a risk taker, you getting into the entrepreneurship field, it ain't gonna be easy. You need to pull up your socks and take very big risks in entrepreneurship. There are so many things that happen in entrepreneurship. You need to be very disciplined, especially when it comes to money, because you control everything. You are the co-decision maker. There is a lot of things that entrepreneurship needs. Qualities that some of us might not have, but still feel like because you have the capacity, then you need to be an entrepreneur. No, there are billionaires who actually became billionaires fast from working for people before they started to branch into their own things. Yes, he's called Steve Ballmer. What? He was the CEO for Microsoft. I know it's a very big and far-fetched example, but it's just an example. There are some people who actually worked for their companies until some time, then they bought the company. You just work until you earn enough and you know enough about the system that you can even buy the company and run it now to its betterment in case it was running low. A good example is Chris Kirubi. I read it from somewhere that he was working for this insurance company, and when one time they wanted to sell out, they advised him and even encouraged him on how he could. Again, it's a very far-fetched example. Yes, there is another example I saw. It's called David Moita or something. David Moatia or David Moita. He was a publisher for Moran. He's the owner of Moran. Yes. He's the owner of Moran Publishers. But he was an employee. He was a publisher for Macmillan Publishers. But then after working and understanding the business, he later then came and bought the Macmillan Publisher. That's example of people who worked. So young people, this is a message to young people. For older people, I think maybe you feel like it's time. You've worked for so many years, you have experience. But for young people who are just finishing school, for young people who are just getting into the career, in CITAM we used to call them young professionals. You're just young blood. You are very creative. You are very sharp. Remember, no matter how much you feel you're boring, how much boring you feel a job is, you don't need to quit. Just be persistent. There are qualities that you need to sustain that job. The qualities that you think, even without them, you won't succeed as an entrepreneur. Yes, you're thinking of starting your own thing. A percentage, I think I was reading somewhere, statistics show that 10% of businesses die in their first year. A lot of enterprises, 10% die in their first year. 20% of the businesses die in their second year. Yes, 10% on the first year, 20% on the second year, and close to 50% by the time it reaches 5 years rather. Yes, because for an enterprise to be more than 5 years, then you've stabilized and you can at least withstand any turbulences coming your way. But if you're less than 5 years, there is a very high risk of falling. So you need some quality. You need more than just qualities. You need skills. You need to grow. You need to be very sharp. You need to be very creative. You need to be very updated to be an entrepreneur. So it looks good because most entrepreneurs don't post the behind the scenes, the sleepless nights, it's crazy. It looks beautiful when you see somebody with an enterprise. And I was talking to JB sometime, the owner of Home. He was telling me, people see the glamorous part where you are selling the clothes and you're out there looking nice with the outfits, but they don't understand what it built to come up with that. The sleepless nights, the no sales days, which still happen even now when you're big. Entrepreneurship is a nightmare. To some, it ends up to be the beautiful thing and the beautiful decision they ever made. But remember, this decision is not for everyone to make. If you have a very good job, promising career, and you are maybe not the best thing that you wanted, but it's paying your bills and it gives you enough to save, continue doing that until when you feel like you have enough to at least sustain. Because to start an enterprise, you need a lot of money to sustain it. If you don't need a lot of money, then you need a lot of resilience. It's either you use a lot of money or you use a lot of other qualities that maybe you don't have. So again, I go back to my statement to say, not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur to be successful. You don't need to own a business to be successful. I know many millionaires who are employed, actually. Even the politicians that we employ are very much employed. A lot of people are employed and are millionaires. Just get that government job and go upscale. Get up, be a CEO of that organization for the government, if it's KPLC or whatever. Don't want to be a millionaire by 25 years. It's a good ambition, but maybe it's not the best. Yeah? Get that job and go ladder by ladder. Go back to school. Upgrade your status. Every day you'll be getting an how is it called? What? Get better. And if you feel you have the entrepreneurial skills, don't at all withhold yourself back. Just go for it if you feel you have. But if you feel you don't have, you don't need to. Because as much as entrepreneurship is beautiful and all that, it might make you feel as the most miserable person. Yes, it might even lead you to depression. I'm telling you, for real. Not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur to be successful. There are so many other things. Be good at sales. Sell for a company. Get commissions or whatever. But if you think you don't have the entrepreneurial skills, you've never thought of having an enterprise or even starting something, you're not creative enough, which is not a sin. Please, save your job. Save your job and save yourself from frustrations and depression. Because as beautiful as it looks, as good as it looks, entrepreneurship is a whole nightmare on its own. So again, I repeat my statement. Not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur to be successful. What do you think? Tell me on the comment. What do you think? Don't come to regret losing that beautiful job because you wanted to start your own business. Don't come to regret losing that beautiful opportunity because you wanted to start your own business, to be your own boss. It is not as bossy as it seems in the entrepreneurial world. It isn't. It ain't as beautiful. It ain't as bossy as it seems. You are more at service than the boss because it is you who makes the decision. It is you who makes the decision. It is you who sees the decisions work. Tell me what you think on the comment.
Better side relief, kumbe ignorance is bliss and there's too much to see.
And kama kawaida, blessings knocking, it's a new dawn. Go out there and catch as many worms as you can, like the early bird that you are. Remember, we are rooting for you each day and every day. And kama kawaida, it is your boy Amuna, and this is the signing show. Tell me on your comment what you think. Should everyone be an entrepreneur? And we will buy from each other. I retain my statement again. Not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur to be successful. You can be successful in so many other ways. Tell me on the comments and see you on the next one. Awo.